Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Good Art, Bad Art. My name's Greg Harradine, I'm a composer, and on this episode, I'm going to be talking about a really beautiful piece of music. I'm talking about Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring by J.S. Bach. The original work comes from the 1723 Advent cantata, which has the title of Herz und Mund und Tat und Leben, which means heart and mouth and deed and life. This is BWV 147. You've got all the information you need now. So I'm going to particularly talk about the piano transcription by Myra Hess, which is maybe where you know the work from, potentially, because she really helped to popularize the piece with her 1926 piano transcription. Stunningly beautiful, in a way simple piece, but deceptively simple. I want to get into why is it so beautiful. But first, let's listen to a bit. Up to this point, I rarely use audio examples on this channel for various reasons, but let's listen to Myra Hess herself playing her piano transcription of this from 1928. This recording is from, I believe. So this recording is 97 years old. It's a bit crackly. We're just going to listen to 33 seconds of it, then we'll dive into why is it so beautiful. Myra Hess, take it away. Isn't that just stunning? So, why does it work so well? Well, first and foremost, it's important to remember this is a religious work. Yeah, many of J.S. Bach's compositions were religious, of course. He was living 300 years ago or so. And I think that the fact that it's Bach is famously, he's just amazing at delivering these beautiful, gorgeous compositions from the heart, and he was a religious man, right? So when you have this religious frame of mind, he managed at least to create these really pure sounding, incredible compositions. And I think the religious background, that the fact he was writing for the glory of God, right? He wasn't writing for his own ego. I mean, maybe he was as well a bit, but anyway, he wasn't ego driven. He's writing for the glory of God. And that gives your composition a different purpose, right? A different point to strive for. And I'm not religious in the slightest, but I think that really influences the composition, and it gives it an innocence in a way. It gives it a selflessness, and it gives it a big welcoming, rejoicing kind of feeling. And I think that's a big reason of why many of Bach's compositions work so well. Also, it's a song, right? It's a chorale, so it's meant to be sung. So when we hear it on the piano, it has this quality of, it's very melodious, obviously, and the chorale melody, Myra Hess beautifully puts it in a couple of different voices. Sometimes it's in the tenor voice, sometimes it's in the soprano voice. I love it when it's in the tenor voice. It's in the middle of the piano part, so we get this gorgeous, simple melody in the middle of the hands, right? In the notes in the middle. We get some high notes, some low notes, but it's the middle notes where we hear the tenor melody. Absolutely beautiful. It has a feeling of 3 beats per bar, but also each beat is subdivided into 3. Da 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 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a. That creates a lovely flowing feeling. And the number 3, I think, is important. 3, the Holy Trinity, right? 3 beats per bar, each beat is subdivided into 3. Yeah, maybe there's a real sort of numerological reason there. Anyway, that feeling of 3 into 3 really brings us along, I think. And the melody, the question of melody versus harmony, it's really interesting. Generally, not always, but a general thing about this is the higher the melody gets, the lower the bass line gets. So we have a widening effect. And then the lower the melody gets, the higher the bass line gets. So we have a sort of opening up and a closing. Yeah, we have a widening and a contracting. And that just not structurally, but just harmonically and melodically, that works really, really well. It just sounds, it's very well balanced, should we say. Very well balanced indeed. The harmony itself, sometimes it changes every beat. Yeah, changes 3 times per bar, the underlying harmony. Other times we stay on maybe chord 1 or chord 5 for several bars. So this contrast between changing harmonies and static harmony, that keeps us interested, yeah, as we go. And quite often, instead of in the left hand going to the root of the particular harmony, yeah, like if we're on a G major chord, instead of going to a G, often we go to a B. We go to the third of the chord, which gives this slight tugging effect, like it needs to move. We need some resolution here, keeps the music moving forward. The fact we often hear the third of the chord in the root. Beautiful effect. Is this beautiful just because of Bach's genius? I mean, maybe you could just say it's beautiful because it is, right? Bach was a genius. This is a genius piece. Whatever you think of that, it has this combination of deep emotional appeal with this rational structure that seems to work so well. Yeah, well organized emotional content. He does it like no one else, doesn't he? And he sort of effaces himself in the process. In a way, I mean, of course we know it's Bach, but it's not about him. It's about the music always. And Myra Hess really captures that just stunningly well in her piano transcription, which of course she popularized largely during World War II. You may know she did this famous series of concerts in the National Gallery in London very regularly throughout World War II. I believe she organized over 1,500 concerts in the National Gallery and herself performed at 150 or so of them, including this piece. You can imagine during the wartime years, this piece would have been so powerful because it's, in one sense, it's serene. Yeah, it's serene and it's calming. But then we have this central section where it moves to A minor. We get some grief and some strife coming into the music. Yeah, so we start off serene, we get into some trouble, but yes, we get through the trouble. Of course, we end back in G major where we began. I think it's a great combination of simple melody, slightly more complex harmonies here and there, and it's stunningly beautiful. I give it a score of 90 out of 100. A stunning work. I've been Greg Harradine. Goodbye.